live broadcast. Yeah, all right. This thing should be on now. Hopefully I'm live now, boys. What's going on? What's going on? Dustin with Black and Gold Pressure Washing. We back again for another video. I figured today I could pop on the live and we could kind of just talk about what's going on right now with the business, where we're at with basically my title, if you just saw what it says, which is that the Toyota Tundra that y'all see in some of my videos that's parked out front, we've been trying to work on, and we're trying to get it up and running because Lauren's vehicle has been crapping out on her. So we're probably going to end up using that as a trade-in. However, neither of us really want to get a car loan right now, and I have a few vehicles. I have the 2011 E250 van that y'all have seen out front. And then also we have a 2002 Toyota Tundra out front as well. And then we have the Explorer that we use for the business. So what I'm thinking the game plan is going to be is to let Lauren have the Explorer as her daily driver. And then I'm going to get the Toyota Tundra up and running so that we can use that for the business for the meantime until we better assess our situation and then figure out what we want to do. We were having trouble deciding if I should just go ahead and get a truck for the business or if we should just get her a newer car. So we're kind of up in the air with all the things in mind. But our main goal right now is basically to get the Tundra up and running so that we both have a vehicle to drive until we decide what we're going to do, whether that's buy her a new car or me a new truck. Haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I'm going to let some people get in here before we do anything too crazy, and I'll explain what's kind of going on with the truck, where we're at with the truck, and then kind of the problem that we're dealing with and what we think we can do about it. I'm not very savvy when it comes to mechanical things, especially with like vehicles and stuff. So it's all a learning curve for me. So I figure I could pop on here, try and troubleshoot some of the issues that we're dealing with the Tundra, and see if we can come to a conclusion with some of the things with the behavior of the engine, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Well, let me make sure that I have a chat pulled up so that I can see when people pop in here and everything, and make sure that everything is updated correctly. So give me 1 second to get up on here. Let's check our YouTube. This might get Inception-y for y'all. I can pull it over here so you don't have to see it. I guess I'm still pulled up on my big face cam anyway. But basically I'm just pulling up the live chat just to make sure that when I type I can see it in my multi-chat. Okay. Then let me see about the viewers. Okay. So I think the chat will pull up right here now. I want to see if I can set it for chat replay as well. Okay. We'll go with this for now. We'll get YouTube pulled up. What's going on, Gray? Glad you popped in the chat here, homie. I'm just gonna be troubleshooting some hey Jeepers. My lady was talking about you. She's like, see if Jeepers will pop in the chat. I was dealing with some throttle issues with the Tundra, so I was gonna just do a little bit of research on here and then see if we can narrow it down to a few things. And I know there's some things that I could do to see and troubleshoot if these are the issues. I'm just letting some people file in here before I just tell y'all what's going on with the truck. But basically, we need 2 working vehicles right now. Lauren's car just crapped out on her, so we're gonna be using that as a trade-in. on something. We haven't decided if we're going to get her a car or me a truck yet. So while we're still trying to decide that decision, she needs a daily driver, and I have a couple vehicles. So the Tundra wasn't running, so we're trying to get it running so that I can turn that into what I pool the trailer with, and then she can use the Explorer as her daily driver. That way we can avoid a car payment for now until we fully decide what our next move is. Because I want a truck, she wants a car. Well, she doesn't really want a car, she wants an SUV, but we're trying to figure out what the best move is. So we're just going to go ahead and trade in her car and then kind of figure it out from there. But getting the Tundra running is the new goal for us right now. It's been sitting out front here. If I open this window, you guys might be able to see it right here. Kind of, it's that vehicle that's parked right here. But you've seen it in some of my other videos. If you've seen me working on my lives or anything. But basically, I'll tell you the scenario. Okay, so yesterday the Tundra wasn't working. Well, it hasn't been working in over a year. It hasn't started. It's sat for a long time. That's basically the point being. Anyway, the battery was dead in it. So luckily I had 2 days left on the 3-year warranty for the battery. So I ran the battery up to Walmart, exchanged the battery. That was no cost. Came home, switched out the battery. The spark plugs were bad, so we switched out the spark plugs. We checked that we're getting fuel through the fuel pump. And then basically what would happen is when we would go to turn it on, the engine would turn on if I would hold my foot on the gas. So basically if I was on the throttle, then my engine was running. The second I would come off a throttle, the engine would stop running and it would just kind of stall and cut out. So what our first assumption is, of course, is bad gas. We were thinking it's just bad gas that's been sitting in there. I think there's been like 5.5 gallons of bad gas that have been in there for almost 2 years, to be honest. So I added 10 gallons of premium gas to it to raise the octane. And then we added some fuel injector cleaner to the tank as well. And then we rocked the engine back and forth, or the tank, to slosh everything around. And then I sat there with my foot on the throttle on about 2000 RPMs for almost an hour yesterday to try and burn out a lot of that bad gas, hoping that that would be the issue. I sat there for a while. My truck was really loud. It was getting late at night, so we called it after about an hour. So today, I might try burning off some more of that bad gas and see if that fixes the issue of it not like allowing the engine to sit at idle. Otherwise, there's a few other things that I think it could be that I've been trying to do my research on. I'm going to do a little bit more research here on the computer today before we go ahead and try some things. But there's a few sensors that can be cleaned. There's something called the throttle body that could be cleaned. And then if it's neither of those two things, which I'm hoping it's one of those two things, there's something called a IAS sensor, which is in charge of pulling or allowing air into the engine while it's sitting at idle. I guess when the throttle body's closed, there still needs to be air to the engine, and that's what that IAS sensor does. I believe it's IAS. It might be IAC. But basically, I need to figure out if it's one of those 2 to 3 things first. Hopefully it's one of those 2 things, which is cleaning the throttle body, or the MAF sensor, which is like the max airflow sensor. I'm hoping it's one of those 2 things, and that's why it's not able to set idle. I'm hoping that there's just too much carbon buildup into the throttle. If there's not, then we'll go from there with possibly replacing the fuel injectors and stuff. But I'm going to kind of try and troubleshoot little by little along the way, and I'm hoping that it'll fix the problem before we have to go changing out the fuel injectors, because that could also be the issue. So Jeeper says no check engine light. There is like a check engine light. It's like flashing like this kind of. I don't have like one of those readers. My neighbor does, and he had it hooked up yesterday and he was looking at it and like everything was running normal except for the fact that when I would come up off the throttle, it would just cut out. So I was thinking it was bad gas, but I also think I've been trying to do some research in that it could be the throttle body being like gunked up and not allowing, and it could also be a couple sensors that are not allowing the proper like amount of airflow, I guess, when it comes to sitting at idle. So I'm gonna do a little bit of research here on the computer and chit chat with y'all. But Gray says I have a 2.6 GPM machine right now. So you're doing trash cans and walkways for money to save up for a 4 GPM and a BE surface cleaner. Let's go, brother. I've got some good news for y'all too. So if you guys go to buy some pressure washing equipment now, I do have a promo code on a website that is here. Well, it's a local company here, but they offer pressure washing supplies throughout the 50 states, I'm pretty sure. So if anybody's ever interested in any pressure washing equipment or anything, let me know and I can drop the link to the website, because you'll get 10% discount and then also get a kickback on some commission. So it's a win-win for both of us. You know, it's kind of like my Amazon storefront where I scratch your back, you scratch mine, except for the fact that with this one, I'm actually scratching your back because I can get you a 10% discount. So that's nice. And then it's free shipping on orders over $150 or more. So if you end up buying like a pressure washer or tanks or a trailer or whatever, you'll definitely be covered on the shipping. What I want to say about that, I'll pull their website up right now so y'all can see. Let me get this. Let me switch over to the computer screen so y'all can see. But I just want to show you quickly before we go into the truck stuff. Okay. So Cigar City Soft Wash is the company that we've started our little brand deal with. So anything that's like pressure washing related that you wouldn't find on Amazon, which is a lot of the big stuff that people have been asking me about when it comes to like what type of equipment I use and what type of hose reels or pressure washer and all that. A lot of that stuff isn't going to be listed on Amazon. They just don't offer those things. So I was trying to find a brand in which I could kind of bridge that gap for the specific items, such as like pressure washing hose and reels and engines and tank mounts and trailer, like all those things where like you're not going to find that on Amazon. I was able to partner with Cigar City Soft Wash. So now we have a brand deal with them in which you're able to find pretty much every pressure washing product that I've used. And I have a specific page on this website. I don't know if you can access it here, but I'll drop a link in the description and stuff of this video. But basically, if you buy anything on this website, make sure to use code GOLD10 at checkout for 10% off. So that's just a little help for anybody that's looking for pressure washing related gear. I know there's a couple guys that pop in every now and then asking about like what I use or where I get what. I'm going to start directing you guys to this place because we now have a brand deal with them. And it's something where I'll be able to help you guys by directing you to where to find the item, as well as being able to provide you a discount along the way. So it's a win-win for both of us. And like I said, I get a little bit of a kickback commission-wise. So it's exciting opportunities for us, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, I want to show you really quick. Like, say you wanted the pressure washer that I have, which is basically this one. It's a Pressure Pro, 8 gallon a minute. Let's say you add it to the cart and then let's go to checkout. If you enter our discount code, let me clear our discount code. But you see the total is 4299 right now. Let me pull it over here so y'all can see it better. Come on. Okay. Let's just leave it like, there we go. Okay. But yeah, basically you can see that the pressure washer would be 4299 without the discount code when you go to checkout. If you enter our discount code GOLD10 at checkout, it's 10% off your entire order. So for a pressure washer, that's $4,200. I mean, you're saving 430 bucks. So, I mean, it's a decent discount. You know what I'm saying? So definitely worth checking out if you guys are looking to buy any pressure washing equipment or any products at all when it comes to pressure washing, window cleaning, detailing. If you just need the trailer, you need the bed liner, any of that stuff, they offer it here. So it'll be a little bit more specific than an Amazon storefront page where I can link you like camera equipment and streaming equipment. This will be more hyper specific to pressure washing related products that a lot of you guys end up having questions about, which is what I use and where I got it, basically. So now I can show you what I use and where I got it, and then also provide you a discount. So, point being, like, let's help each other out, and hopefully this will help with answering some of y'all's questions when it comes to like, where do I get my hoses or where do I find a blend manifold and stuff like that. Amazon doesn't have it. This place will, and use my code GOLD10 at checkout. So there we go, boys. Exciting times though. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my first brand deal with a pressure washing business on YouTube. So I'm excited to see what we can do when it comes to using our promo code and stuff, you know? 10% off is good. I was like, shoot, I'll use that code. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's see what we can figure out here. 2000. We have a 2002 Toyota Tundra, which is considered the first gen Tundras. Ours is a V8, 4.7 liter. And basically, we're trying to figure out why it stalls at idle. A lot of the issues come back to like fuel pump or throttle body. And like I said, I had a mechanic I was working with yesterday. And he seemed to think it wasn't the fuel pump because we were able to basically show that the pump was working and that the pressure was fine in the fuel pump because we gave it a little bit of gas while he unscrewed something in the engine, that basically the fuel line that shows like where the fuel dumps into the engine. And basically right there at that line where he disconnected it, like fuel came pouring out the second I would hit the gas. So when it comes to like fuel being provided to the system, I don't think it's the issue. However, it could be fuel injectors. I'm not too familiar with those. So I want to do a little bit more research on how much they cost and what it takes to swap them all out and stuff, because I'm not very savvy when it comes to like my mechanical savviness is about a Honda GX690 small engine motor, not a V8 Toyota Tundra motor. So I wish I did know cars a lot more. That's one thing that I definitely do want to start learning more, is more about the cars. That's kind of why I'm like going to take this Tundra and use it kind of as my first engine to really start working on. This truck was actually my dad's before he passed away. So I inherited this truck, and I plan on keeping it for as long as I can. You know what I mean? So I figured this would be a good one to work on. It's got some sentimental value. They're pretty much indestructible, is what I've been told. It's a really good truck, and I just want to learn how to work on vehicles more. So I want to start trying to diagnose my problems and issues a lot more by myself and seeing what I can do when it comes to fixing it before I just take it to a mechanic shop. So I've spent a lot of money on mechanics this year trying to get a bunch of our vehicles up and running and fixed and stuff. So anything that I could do to save some money when it comes to these issues, that's the main goal right now. So like yesterday, all I had to do is spend money on spark plugs. And like I said, I was able to exchange the battery by 2 days, man. Fingers crossed. I had 2 days left in May to exchange that battery. And so we were able to get it exchanged, so that didn't cost anything. But now here we are with the same issue where like maybe I sit out there and I burn off like another hour's worth of bad gas and it allow it to start running. I was thinking if I added more good fuel to where I almost filled up the tank. Because right now it's sitting at half a tank of gas. I was thinking maybe that adding more good gas to it could help with that bad fuel problem. Otherwise, my assumptions are that it could be a clogged up MAF sensor or a throttle body issue when it comes to like the throttle body being dirty and not allowing for the butterfly flap to open due to carbon buildup. That is my guess. Like I said, I've been doing a little bit of research. This IAC idle air control is what I was talking about. Valve. This could be one of the issues on why it's struggling at idle. A lot of people say to clean out the inside of the throttle body with throttle body cleaner. Use a small wire brush to scrub inside of the throttle body and throttle body plate. An O2 and any other input sensor signal malfunction will turn the check engine light on. After cleaning the throttle body, remove the negative battery terminal for 10 seconds and reconnect it. Start the engine and drive the truck immediately through a general drive cycle. Stop and go traffic. That should take care of the idle problem. When I was looking up some stuff yesterday, let me show you what the throttle body looks like. I kept coming back to the MAF sensor and the throttle body is basically where I was finding that a lot of people were having issues when it came to keeping the check the IAC. Yeah, that's another one that I definitely want to check. So basically, like the IAC, I guess, and the throttle body are kind of interchangeable. So, or not interchangeable, but they like interlaid with each other. And when the throttle body is shut off, the IAC sensor then sends air to the system because it's sitting at idle and doesn't need maximum airflow, but it still needs some air in the engine. So when the throttle body's closed, air still needs to get to the engine. That's what the IAC is doing. And that can, I guess, get clogged up and gunked up. But I was trying to look and see how easy that is to clean because if it's a little too much, not 100% sure that what we'll be able to do. So let's look at the throttle body. Let's see if we can. I wanted to find like. Let's look at another thing real quick. And see if we can find the 2002 Toyota Tundra V8 4.7 liter engine a diagram. So I was trying to see if we could figure out the layout of everything. Okay. See if we can see what this layout of this engine looks like better. So this right here is going to be the throttle body. And it looks like they have the tube taken off already, but there's like an air intake tube that you're supposed to undo right here and pull this off. And then in here, I'm supposed to clean where these flaps are. Trying to get a better understanding. See this, okay, so this is that fuel rail. So this would be the next step if it's not the throttle body, not cleaning the MAF sensor, and not the IAC valve. If it's not any of those things, then the next step would be the fuel injectors. So basically they're like, they come on this rail right here. Each one of these, boom, 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 right? Boom, yeah, because he's so boom, 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 boom. And then on this, there's 8 of them, one on each side. These rails are a little hard to remove. There's a lot of tubes and stuff that I need to disconnect. So if I can avoid having to replace these fuel injectors, that would be ideal, at least for now. And see if this is the issue before we go deconstructing some things. You know what I mean? So This would be the next step if cleaning the throttle body and cleaning the MAF sensor and possibly the IAC valve doesn't work, then this would be our next step. But I think today, my girl had to borrow the vehicle, so right now I'm not gonna do it. That's why I'm kind of trying to troubleshoot. But today, when she gets home with the vehicle, I'm gonna run up to the store and they sell MAF cleaner and throttle body cleaner basically um at the Walmart right up the road here. So basically, I would use the throttle body air take in cleaner for the actual throttle body, spray it on a rag and clean it and stuff like that. And then for the mass airflow sensor cleaner, I would remove the airflow sensor, and then use this cleaner in it, and then let that air dry, and then reinstall it. So hopefully one of those two things is our issue today. And I think I'll end up going live again later today when I'm actually out there on the truck working on it, to show y'all what we're doing. But I figured right now, while I'm chilling at the house and not much going on, I could kind of talk y'all through what the game plan is and what research we've been doing and what we're looking at. Because one, the truck is running now, so that is one of the big issues. The truck wasn't even like turning on yesterday, basically, and the dead battery got fixed. All the spark plugs are fixed now. And then we've added new fuel and fuel injector cleaner. So, and we ran the engine for like an hour yesterday. Problem is, the second you take your foot off the gas, the engine cuts off. So that's where we're at with the Toyota Tundra. It's running, but it only runs with your foot on the gas. So it's not really running right. So trying to figure out how to keep it running at idle is our next step. I think trying these two cleaners first, where I can clean out this throttle body, and then also clean out the sensor. Those are going to be my first two steps today. I wanted to go back and look at this diagram. So these rails, they have, I'm telling you, so many things over them. Like basically this is the rail right here. And there's like a bunch of tubes. It looks like he kind of has them disconnected already, but like you can't just pop this off. There's a lot of little different things that you got to disconnect. So before I go doing that, I'm gonna have to do some more research again. But for now, I'm gonna leave the fuel rails intact. But yeah, these right here, basically these injectors. I'm hoping it's not these. As I was, let's see how much. 2002 Toyota Tundra fuel injectors. Is there a way to like look up OEM parts? Don't touch the flat part of the MAF sensor. Oils on my hands can cause it to not function right. Okay. Let's look at that too. 2002 Toyota Tundra MAF sensor. Because I was thinking I could also replace the sensor. Not that it's... I'm going to try cleaning it first, but replacing the sensor might be a thing as well. See if we can see somebody cleaning it. Yeah, see, I think this guy is doing exactly it. They got to locate it. Remove the... That's another thing, is to disconnect the battery on like before doing any of this engine work, just to make sure. Remove connector. Remove the Phillips head. MAF cleaner. Spray it down. This is what I'm assuming you're saying is the flat part that we're probably not supposed to touch. Because that looks very sensitive, whatever this stuff is right here. Don't drop the sensor. Okay, the next one would be to remove the air intake hose to clean the throttle body. Do not remove the hoses going to the throttle body. These hoses carry coolant. That's another thing I saw in a different thread was somebody was like, I guess a guy made a video but didn't warn anybody that the hoses, there's hoses and they have coolant in them. So if you pull it, then you're gonna get fuel or you're gonna get coolant everywhere. So some guys were like, "Why didn't you show that in your video?" But I'm seeing that some guys are talking about it, where it's like, "Don't remove the hoses." My question is, if I can clean the throttle body without having to take it off, that would be ideal. Like I'm not looking to get it perfect, but if I can clean the throttle body and this butterfly valve, I'm thinking that it's having trouble going like opening and closing as well. I think it could be one of the issues. Unplugging the IAC with the engine idling. Unplug the valve. If the idle speed changes, either increases or decreases, the IAC valve is likely functioning. Yeah, I was seeing where the guy was doing a couple tests before he actually cleaned the IAC valve. Because if it is working, there's no sense in needing to take it off and clean it. Because it looked like it was very sensitive and like a 12-volt current running through the IAC valve like triggers a gate that opens, I guess. And so you have to test like power running through the individual valve itself. And when you connect to like 12-volt testers to it, the valve should click on open. But I'm hoping I don't have to get to that part. That's the main goal here. I'm hoping that with cleaning the MAF sensor and cleaning the throttle body right here will solve the issue. The next step would be that IAC valve, which I'm hoping it's not because it looked like it was pretty tough to access. So I'm gonna look at the engine diagram again too. But basically, if I can clean this butterfly, see, he's got the tube still connected here. Yeah, I'm not disconnecting these tubes. He did take the throttle body off. If you're going to clean the EGR, leave the throttle body off. The truck will eventually reprogram the throttle body position, but for a more instant effect, remove the battery cable and let the computer reset. I don't know what the EGR valve is. See, this isn't necessarily our engine though. I think I'm gonna try and avoid taking the throttle body off at all. I'm gonna open it and access it and clean the sensor, but I don't think I want to remove the throttle body because I've heard that there's a seal that you're breaking with the throttle body, and if you don't have a replacement gasket for it, depending on what quality your gasket is when you take it off, it could cause myself more of a problem. Appreciate you trying to help, Jeepers. We're just spitballing right now, just trying to see stuff. See how this throttle body right here gets this like black carbon? I don't know if our throttle body in this Tundra, which has 200K miles on it, has ever been cleaned. So I think that this could be a big culprit for the issue, because it would explain why, like, I don't know, honestly. My opinion, I think that maybe that the throttle body's having a trouble opening and closing because of how gunked up it is right here. And if it's not that, I'm hoping it's just the MAF sensor. What's going on, Mr. Bombastic? We're basically troubleshooting my Toyota Tundra. I have the first gen Toyota Tundra. It's a 2002. Basically, we were able to get it running from being dead for 2 years yesterday. However, it only runs if my foot is on the gas at about 2,000 RPMs or more. The second I let off any more than 2,000 RPMs, the engine just starts to die out, and it just won't sit at idle. So we were thinking it was bad gas. I added new gas to it, and I added fuel injector cleaner, and I ran it for about an hour yesterday. It definitely sounded cleaner, but it was still having the same issue of the RPMs. Once it got too low, it would just shut the engine off. So today I was thinking, keep burning off the bad gas, but also I was looking and trying to do some research last night, and that it could possibly be the throttle body that is dirty and needs to be cleaned. So we were looking at the throttle body, which is like this portion of the engine, and cleaning out like this black gunk that gets up here, which is like carbon deposits, with throttle body cleaner, which we saw right here. And then there's mass airflow sensor cleaner, which is what we're about to look at right now, which is taking this air sensor out, cleaning it with the proper cleaner, and then putting it back in, because I guess that reads what the airflow is, and maybe that is clogged up or gunked up as well. And also checking the air filter, but trying to figure out why it's not sitting at idle. The engine will run after being sat for 2 years. It is up and running, but it only runs not at idle. Basically, it has to be at an accelerating speed. So trying to troubleshoot that right now is basically where we're at. My girl has a vehicle, so I can run up to the store real quick and just grab some things. But I'm probably going to end up going live again later, actually trying to clean the throttle body and actually doing the MAF sensor cleaning. But for now, we're just sitting here troubleshooting with y'all. I figure I could pop in here, and if anybody knows anything about cars or has 2 cents to give, like, I'm chilling anyway, so I'm here to listen. Yeah, we're basically just trying to make sure we know how to clean the sensor and the throttle body first. And I was trying to see if I could clean the throttle body without having to remove it from the actual engine bay. If I could clean it without removing it, that's going to be ideal. This sensor you have to remove. I'm hoping that maybe it was just this, one of these sensors or something. Okay, it looks pretty straightforward to take out. And then, yeah, I saw where you just like, okay, this guy's touching all over it. I saw where you go crazy spraying it with the proper spray and then popping it back in the right way. What's going on, Only Games? Like, it looks pretty simple to like pull in and out and do. That's why I'm hoping it's either this sensor or I'm hoping it's the throttle body needing to be cleaned. Those are our first 2 steps next. And I'm hoping that it's this sensor. Yeah, I'm in the process of changing the old gas. I'm not about to sit here and start watching TikToks. But basically, we added new gas to the old gas. I added a higher premium gas to what was the old gas. We assumed there was less than a quarter of a tank in there, so we assumed there was about 5 gallons of bad gas. I added 10 gallons of premium new gas, and then fuel injector cleaner. And I ran that for about an hour. So I don't know if I still need to just keep burning off more bad gas, and that could be an issue. And then eventually, if I burn off enough bad gas, then it'll start to just run clean and run at idle. Otherwise, I'm thinking that it's something more than just bad gas, because I feel like running it an hour with 10 gallons of new and 5 gallons of bad, you would think that it would have burnt off a lot of the bad gas, but honestly, I'm not too sure. So I was thinking I might end up running the engine again today for like an hour or so. I'm trying to burn off some more of that bad fuel. Yeah, I was trying to say that this is my first vehicle I've ever really tried to work on as well. I've heard the first gen is pretty straightforward with working on, and the mechanic I was talking to is like, it's a tank, bro. Basically, you could run water through this machine and it would still work. Basically, um, so that is the good news. The bad news is I don't know anything about vehicles, so I'm learning everything right now basically. But that's okay, you know? Like you got to start somewhere, and the fact that it's like my truck to work on, I don't know if you were here earlier, but basically I inherited the truck from my dad when he passed away a couple years ago. So it's got some sentimental value, and like I plan on keeping it forever. So learning how to tinker on it and work on it and know this engine will only help me, especially as a business owner, you know? Like I've kind of learned the ins and outs of the GX690, the little Honda pressure washing motor. But when it comes to like car engines and truck engines, I don't know much about. So I figured this will be a good one to learn on. And it's my vehicle to pull apart anyway. So, you know, it's not like I'm on a lease or a loan or anything. So if I heard it, I heard it. You know what I mean? Like, deeper sinks, it's probably a sensor. I can get a bottle of sea foam and pour it into your tank. That'll help with the carbon buildup. Yeah, see, I added a fuel injector cleaner. I don't know if that's different than the sea foam, and if I need to add the sea foam, or if the fuel injector cleaner I used is basically the same as sea foam. Yesterday, I'll show you. I used Lucas Oil Fuel Injector Cleaner. We poured a bottle of this in there yesterday. Yeah, I don't plan on selling the truck, to be honest. I plan on just keeping it. So that's why I'm like, man, I need to learn how to work on this engine, because if I'm gonna have it long term or want to know about it and fix it and stuff, like I'm not trying to go to a mechanic for everything. And a lot of things you can save money on by just doing it yourself. So, but basically, this is what we put in it. I don't know if this is different than seafoam. That's what I was trying to get at. Why do they sell such a large bottle? 400 gallons. Oh, okay, that's why. So one of these, I think, treats one tank up to 25 gallons. Okay. My question is, can I add sea foam after I've done this? Like I did this yesterday and ran it for an hour. Can I now add sea foam and maybe like more new gas and do that as well? Um, but I do want to inspect the throttle body to see how much carbon buildup there is, and I do want to clean that MAF sensor. Those are the two next steps. But basically, we have to wait on my girl to get home so I can run up to the store and get those things. So I'm gonna sit here and do a little bit more research on the layout of everything and how to properly clean it and stuff like that. My mechanic was spraying a bunch of stuff in the engine yesterday, so I'm wondering if this sensor might have gotten fogged up a little bit. The sea foam, or the, yeah, the sea foam. Is it fuel injector cleaner or is it engine cleaner? Like what is the sea foam one? Or do they sell both? Top engine cleaner. Trying to see. Okay, so this specific stuff cleans injectors, fuel passageway, chambers, areas, and oil. It cleans residues and deposits that can restrict oil flow. Stores fuel for up to 2 years. Dang, I gotta put this. you've used it in your Jeep to pass emissions, slowly pour it in the brake booster vacuum hose a little at a time. Yeah, I think I was seeing somebody do that yesterday. They were like adding seafoam through a hose and not like pouring it into the tank. See, this stuff though, is this not the equivalent of the Lucas injector cleaner? I just wasn't sure if I should add more injector cleaner than I already did, or if it's okay to add another bottle or what. So that's kind of where we're at with the seafoam stuff. See, this guy tried cleaning his throttle body. His next thought is to try running some seafoam fuel injector cleaner through the fuel tank to see if this helps. Seafoam is great. See, I have 5 more gallons of like good gas on me. I was thinking, what if I add like, what if I get a bottle of seafoam and I add that, then I add some more new gas. That way, we've basically burned off majority of the old gas, and now there's almost 15 gallons of new gas in there on top of like maybe 5 gallons of old gas if it hadn't burned off, and then possibly seafoam. That might help clean those injectors and stuff as well. But I'm gonna inspect the throttle body, see how gunked up and dirty it is. Because if that's really dirty, I'm gonna go ahead and clean that, and the sensor, and possibly seafoam. I saw this at Walmart yesterday, though, the seafoam stuff, and my mechanic had mentioned it, so it's something that I think is worth trying. My question is, I just don't want to double pour fuel injector cleaner if I'm like doubling it up. It can't really hurt it that bad, yeah, because it's saying to dump one of these in per time you fill up fuel. Like it says to use it regularly. So I was thinking that maybe another bottle of this wouldn't hurt anyway, especially because the vehicle is sat for, I mean, almost 2 years at this point. Yeah, that's my problem is it just doesn't sit at idle. So yeah, I like yesterday we added it and then I just had to keep my foot on the pedal for an hour. My foot was cramping so bad. We were trying to find a way to like pin the throttle down, but I don't have like a throttle bar or anything I could wedge in there. But yeah, I'm not sure like the check engine light is I think it's a blinking if I remember correctly. Basically the battery was so dead yesterday we couldn't tell anything with the check engine light. We were able to get it all fixed. The check engine light does flash, I believe. I don't have a code reader thing though. My neighbor does, so I might be able to use that today. But basically, I need to probably see what code that's throwing back. I don't know what it means when the check engine light is flashing though. Like it's blinking. Not solid. Serious engine fire or engine problem, most likely a misfire. Yeah. So it's worse than a solid check engine light. See if I can figure out what the codes are that it's throwing back. And like I said, we replaced the spark plugs yesterday. We checked for any leaks. We haven't cleaned the fuel injectors. Basically, we're at steps 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 are going to be like fuel injector cleaning and the IAC valve cleaning, possibly. But I want to see if maybe it's just something as simple as a sensor or the throttle body. Bum bum bum. This explains why it was. Okay. Other main reasons for check engine light are dirty. This is when the Toyota Tundra check engine light is flashing. Other main common reasons for check engine light are dirty mass airflow sensor. That's what we're checking hopefully today. Also, a malfunction with the fuel injection system. Can't check that today, but hopefully it's not the injectors. Spark plugs have been changed. I hope it's as easy as cleaning this mass airflow sensor, man. I hope it's that easy. OBD scanner is needed. If your neighbor has a proper one, it'll tell you if it's a misfire. I'm going to ask him what it was saying yesterday because he had it hooked up yesterday and it was giving live reads. But we were both having to take turns keeping our foot right at 2000 RPM. So, neither of us were really focusing too hard on the codes that it was throwing back. But okay, so look, bad spark plugs, transmission issues, computer output circuit issues. That's the main thing that we were worried about yesterday when it was like dead is like even after we would get the battery juiced, there was no spark coming from the spark plug. And my mechanic was worried that it was the computer system not telling the spark plug, I guess, to spark. But when we changed out the spark plugs, that issue was fixed. So the fact that it wasn't a computer related issue was like a positive because then like mechanical things I think are a lot easier and cheaper to fix than these like computer related issues. So the fact that we did get spark from the spark plug and then we do have pressure in the fuel line and then we do have a battery and we do have an engine that turns on. Now we got to figure out why it doesn't sit at idle. I'm hoping it's just gunked up. I'm hoping it's just a gunked up throttle body, is a gunked up MAF sensor. I cleaned both of those and it sits at idle now. I should take y'all out there and just show y'all. I have a way to do that on my phone now. What's going on, stranger? We're just chilling in here talking about talking about the truck, trying to figure out what's going on with it. What's going on with it? See if we can figure the issue out, and hopefully it's something simpler than it is difficult, and we're able to get it back running. I don't know if y'all were here a couple weeks ago on my live, but I was having a throttle issue with the Honda GX690, and it ended up being just a slipped throttle cable that had just slipped out of its like fitting or holding screw, and we were able to get that fixed. So the Honda GX690 is running good now. So we were able to troubleshoot that throttle issue. Now we're having another throttle issue, but with the Toyota Tundra. who has been sitting for a long time. But we did get her running yesterday, I'll say that. Like we got her from zero, literally dead AF battery, wouldn't even hold a charge on the mechanic's big charging bank, basically. It kept just draining his thing, trying to keep that dead battery alive. It was so dead. So, the fact that we've got the engine to even be running is a huge step. So, I was a little let down that the engine wasn't like, like I couldn't go drive it around yesterday and be happy with it. And like I was trying to get to that point. So, I'm hoping that over the next couple days, depending on what we need to order or what parts, like we'll be able to get that truck up and running, and y'all will start to see that on the channel a lot more. So those are our main goals with the Toyota Tundra for now, is trying to get it to a point in which we can drive it around. Appreciate y'all popping by in the chat and stuff, though. Just hanging out here and just doing some research on some of this stuff. My girl has the vehicle right now, so I want to run up to Walmart and I want to get some Seafoam fuel injector cleaner as well, but also I want to get, where did we have it? What was it? MAF sensor cleaner. We wanted to get this from Walmart as well. The throttle body air intake cleaner, so we can clean out the throttle body. And then also we want to get the airflow cleaner. So I'm actually gonna make a checklist. Let's make a checklist, boys, so that we have what we need. My girl had a notepad around here. I got one right here. I'm gonna make me a little checklist, boys. Let's make our main goals. Oh. MAF sensor cleaning. Once it was at like 2000 RPM, it would run fairly cleanly. But there was definitely some stuttering and stuff. Anytime you come up off that throttle, it starts to stutter and then putter, and then it's just out. So it's acting weird. And I might take y'all out there in a minute with the phone and let y'all see what's going on and hear it. So basically MAF sensor cleaning and then throttle body. Throttle body cleaning are the two main goals. For the throttle body, we needed what, 10 millimeter ratchet. For the MAF sensor cleaning, we need a Phillips head. And then we need MAF cleaner. And then throttle body needs its own cleaner. And then throttle body cleaner. And then what else? We needed fuel injector cleaner. We're gonna try Seafoam. Do Seafoam plus more new gas. How much new gas do you need to add to old gas to kind of cut it? Does anybody know that? My girl has 1 more hour till she's off of work, so then we'll have the car. Well, she works like 35 minutes away, but then we'll have the car. Then we can go to the store and get this stuff. So let's see. So we've got the MAF sensor cleaning we can do today with the Phillips head and the cleaner. The throttle body cleaning can be done today. I just need the 10mm ratchet and throttle body cleaner. And then the fuel injector cleaner, we can add seafoam and then some more new gas. I want to know how much new gas I need to add to old gas. Like, should I just go ahead and try and get the tank closer to full with new gas? Because it's at like right at half a tank right now. So technically I could add an extra half a tank worth of good gas. But I don't know if I should do that. What else did we need to know? Is there any notes? Oh yeah, disconnect battery, right? Disconnect battery first. That way we don't do any of this with the electronic stuff hooked up. And then disconnect the sensor on the MAF. Okay, boys. Depends how bad the gas is. Yeah, it's been sitting for like nearly 2 years. So it's definitely not good. I don't know how bad it is. It's got to be bad though. I might take y'all out there here and see if I can show y'all what it's doing. I had created this new thing with my phone. I want to see if I can get it to work with y'all. I thought I already had one. Okay, hold on. Okay, boys, let me see if this works. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to see if this will work. I don't know if it will. Hold on, because that didn't work. Okay, I think I have to hit start here. And then audio output destination. Back camera, iPhone, start. Okay, so now let me see if this works. Okay. I'm not going to be able to see y'all's chat, but you can. This is coming through my phone now, so y'all can see this on the phone. Let me mute this mic and see if y'all can still hear me. Okay, can you let me know if y'all can still hear me while this is on? Because I don't know if y'all can hear me. And I think I'll take this off of. You see how it's black right there? Okay, there it goes. Okay, y'all can see it now. Y'all can see Roscoe right here too. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna run it out. I'm gonna run out front so y'all can see this. I'm not gonna be able to see y'all's chat, but I'll show y'all what the truck is doing and y'all can hear it. I'm not gonna sit on the throttle. I'm not going to sit on the throttle. It might be a little glitchy. But I'll turn it over so y'all can see. But give me 1 second to step out front. I don't know how laggy this will end up being because I'm not on Wi-Fi right now. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna run y'all out here, and hopefully it's somewhat clear. I got my keys. Give me 1 second. I just gotta try this. Okay. What? Is there a lizard in here? Okay. Okay, boys, we're about to turn it over here. So I'm about to just show y'all what happens when we turn it over. See how she just like cuts out without Oh? That ran a little bit longer than usual. Let's try it one more time here. Oh? Oh? Yeah. Closer, but not quite. Okay, hold on now. Okay. We are back. Give me 1 second to fix this. Can y'all can hear me or what? Hopefully y'all can hear me again. I don't know how good that came through on the camera or whatever, if that was easy to tell or not. Basically though, if I kept my foot on that throttle, it would have kept the engine running, but because I don't keep my foot on the throttle, it kind of just like putters out. So that's where we're at right now. I'll have to watch back a replay to see what the quality was of that video, but hopefully you could at least hear what was happening. But yeah, basically you would turn the ignition and it would like, it turns over, it just doesn't want to stay on. So like I've said a couple times already, I'm going to try cleaning the sensor and the throttle body and we'll see what that does. Yep. Yeah, that's our next steps, Daniel. So go ahead and clean the throttle body and the MAF sensor. I'm waiting on my old lady to get home so that we can go to the store and grab some of this stuff because here, I'll pull up the scene so y'all can see. Basically, we're gonna go to Walmart and we're gonna cop this throttle body air take in cleaner and the mass airflow sensor cleaner. And hope that with doing these two things, it'll get it running a lot cleaner. Yeah, I don't have a torque wrench. That's the only thing. I don't really plan on I'm going to try and avoid taking the throttle body off like this if I can and just kind of clean it as best I can while it's still connected to the engine or whatever. This is the MAF sensor that needs to come out. And I might end up going live out there. I'll probably end up going live out there on my phone with y'all later. When I actually go to do these repairs and stuff. Or these troubleshooting things. But I'm hoping that it'll be one of those two things. Because like you heard out there, like, I mean, even today she sounded a little bit better than yesterday when it came to like turning her over. Like she wants to turn over, and like that last time we just did it, like you could tell, like she sat on for about 3 to 5 seconds, which is longer than she was sitting on. So you can definitely tell that she wants to run, but she just can't, man. She's struggling, okay? Yeah, so we're gonna start simple and hopefully we'll work our way to the harder stuff. We're gonna avoid the fuel injectors for now, and we're gonna hope that it's the MAF sensor needing to be cleaned and the throttle body needing to be cleaned. Yeah, Jeepers was saying the same thing about being careful with the MAF sensors. I want to I might wear gloves while I handle it. I have some nitrate gloves. I might just wear those while we do clean the sensor. But it looks like most people just spray the crap out of it with the sprayer cleaner. I want to see how
a one-of-a-kind gift.
You have to let it dry before you install it back in, and how does that work? Probably, right? And I also want to disconnect the plug, like the sensor itself, before I go doing that. Just want to see how he cleans it. So they're all about the same when it comes to just those two Phillips head screws. Okay, so that dingler is the sensor. That side is really dirty. So I wonder what ours looks like. I've never even pulled it out and looked. Hey. Then it looks like we're just gonna just spray the sensor. I saw them spray all up in here too and stuff. It dries super quick. Yeah, I was thinking I'll clean it and then let it sit for like 5-10 minutes maybe while we look at the other thing. Maybe clean the throttle body. And then get back in. Yeah, it looks like he is spraying the crap out of it everywhere. Seems pretty straightforward. Do not make direct contact with the sensor. It says let it dry for about 30 minutes. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll pull the sensor first. We'll clean that. And then while that dries, we'll clean the throttle body. And then hopefully with cleaning those two things, we'll have cleared up the issue. Yeah, Daniel, I'll go live in a little bit on my phone. I do some vertical lives as well throughout the week, and I was going to make this a vertical live. Me actually working on it outside, I'm going to make a vertical live with the phone. But I got to wait for my old lady to get home so I can get the cleaner and stuff. So she gets off in about an hour, and then, yeah, so I'll probably go live around, I want to say 3:30 or so. 3 or 4 is probably when I'll end up actually trying to do these things. Hey. All right. Yeah, I'm hoping that with these two things, by the end of the live today, this afternoon, we will have everything back to normal. It seems pretty straightforward when it comes to this. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I clean down all up in those tubes and stuff too. Okay, so we see how to do the airflow sensor. Let's look at see if we can find one. Throttle body cleaning. I'm just gonna skip around through this video and see if
wrench, the $3 we remove all the throttle valve that I'm going to clean. At this point, I
okay, so this is what we're trying to get access to.
2 bolts here, one on this side, one on the other side. I have removed this support clip here, which actually is being held here on this screw, and I have pulled this connector, and as you can see, this is actually the throttle plate, and there's a considerable amount of deposit in here, so we got to clean this up. Okay, so as you can see, this is the throttle plate, and I'm using a brush to clean all the gunk. You can see that the throttle plate in the picture is closed, so be very careful.
This throttle plate,
mechanically force it open. This is a drive-by-wire electronically controlled system. You will need somebody who can press the accelerator pedal and turn on the ignition, so this will automatically open, and then go very slowly. I mean, there's not much access here, so clean slowly. Do not flood it with the throttle.
Let's go, brother. You picked up your rig from Pressure Washing Products. Gonna start the trailer build this month. Hey, heck yeah, brother. Hey, I got a speaking of that, I just got a new brand deal with a company, Cigar City Soft Wash. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're kind of over there on the East Coast as well. But if you need any other pressure washing products when it comes to your build, let me know, or check out this website, because I've got a promo code that you can use, where it'll give me a kickback and it'll help you. So I was showing them earlier, like if we bought this pressure washer and went to checkout, which is the pressure washer I have, and then you use my discount code, which will be gold 10, you'll get 10% off of whatever the thing is, off your entire order, really. So like this pressure washer is now $4.29 off. So I just partnered with them this week. So if you have anything that you need hose wise or fittings wise or connecting or maintenance or anything like that, check out my description, because I have a direct link to their website. And then also, if you use my promo code at the end, you'll definitely get a discount. So something to look into if you find that you need any other parts for the setup. I wish I knew about this like 2 weeks ago, or I wish I had it set up like 2 or 3 weeks ago when we were both talking about what pressure washer you were looking at. Yeah, if you go to buy more stuff, put it all in the cart here and then use our discount code and see how much you'll save and stuff, you know? Because like I said, I mean, you can do a complete rig in here. I was playing around just to see what, like they have a $45,000 rig, and if I add it to my cart and then look at the discount code, like, I mean, it's saving like $4,900, you know? So the discount code is definitely worth using if you go to buy any big ticket items. And then I think it's free shipping on over $150. So if you spend more than $150, you'll get free shipping. And then also if you use my promo code GOLD10, you'll get 10% off. So that's just something I wanted to circle back, and I'll make videos and you'll hear me mentioning Cigar City a lot more, because this is actually my first brand deal. So this is exciting for us. And we're in collaboration with them. So buying anything through them through my link or using my promo code helps me and gives me a kickback. So be scratching each other's backs. And now I have a way to like directly link products that I actually use and not just stuff that I buy off of Amazon. There's a lot of the specific pressure washing products and parts. They just don't sell them on Amazon, especially like the hose reels and the tanks and stuff like that. So like being able to send somebody directly to the hose reel that I have for them to be able to buy it like through here and get a discount is so much better than just like sending people to websites that like a bunch of different websites, you know. I was only linking people to Amazon at first because I didn't have any other brand deals. Now I have a specific brand deal with a pressure washing supply company to where I can offer specifically pressure washing products to y'all. So that was the main goal with building this relationship with this company. And hopefully we'll all find benefit in it. So just want to hit that home with people. I'm going to try and start mentioning a lot more in my videos and stuff. But any products you see I use, they have them on this website. And if you want them, use my discount code GOLD10 at checkout. Keeper says TPS, the throttle position sensor, can cause problems too. Yeah, that's something I need to look up. Throttle position sensor. My thing is the battery was so dead, so I imagine it's like having a brain fart, like electronically, like coming from being dead for 2 years to all of a sudden like being turned on, you know? New spark plugs being turned on and it's like confused. That's the only thing with cleaning the throttle body and everybody saying like it's part of the electronic system. Like I seen a couple guys say like it messes with it right away, but it figures itself out over like the next 5 miles or 30-minute drive or whatever. But I don't want to take the whole throttle body off because I don't have another gasket for it in case I need a gasket for it. Also, I have a big old hole in my muffler, so the truck runs really loud. So I'm trying to, I'll have to replace the muffler too. Something I'm going to do, but hopefully it's just a clamp on scenario and no welding needed. Stranger asked if I changed the fuel filter. That's another thing that I want to go ahead and look at. And maybe we can pick that up today as well. 2002 Toyota Tundra, 4.7 liter fuel filter. I was thinking I could change the fuel filter and then also the air filter would be two other things that definitely should be changed. My question is, do they sell one where I could pick up today? But stranger, no, I have not changed the fuel filter. I haven't changed the fuel filter and I haven't changed the air filter. So those are two other things that I think are easy changes that we could do to see if that helps.
So I'm going to put it up on the rack. If you're doing this at home, you can use floor jacks and jack stands and jack up the driver's side of the vehicle. So on the driver's side of the vehicle, just on the inside of the frame here is where the fuel filter is going to be located here. So if you look over towards the transfer case, is just to the left of the transfer case if it's four-wheel drive.
Dang, yeah, mine's probably.
So I'm going to use a 14mm line wrench, and then I'm going to back it up with a 19mm wrench. There's a little spot on the filter where you put the wrenches. So I'm going to crack the line.
Boys, I just did my fuel filter on the pressure washer last week. So
what I do is I switch back over to an open-end wrench like this. It's a lot faster to loosen up the lines once you got it cracked free and work it off. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the fitting here on the back. You will also lose a little bit of gas in this process, so you want to have a bucket ready to catch the fuel.
A bucket to catch the gas.
So once you get the back one done, you're going to do the exact same thing for the line that goes into the front of the filter. Now we need to remove the 8mm bolt that goes in right here on the bracket. So once you get this 8mm bolt loose, you can flare the bracket open a little bit, and then we need to pop the lines off so we can get the filter out. So I'm going to take the line that goes on the front of the filter out first here. And so what I'm going to do is these little, if you look, there's little plastic tabs that mount the hoses in. So you take a little flat blade screwdriver and you'll put it in there, and you'll just kind of push the little tabs in or twist them like that, and that'll flare them open enough so you can pop the line out. On this particular case, a couple of them has already been broken in previous go-arounds. So once you get the fuel lines popped out of the little plastic hangers here, then you can pull the line back and out of the filter.
Okay. Only thing is I don't got floor jacks, boys. So I'm going to have to be on the ground to do this.
On the back, and then you can flare open.
I have a jack, but I don't have like
the mounting bracket a little bit, and then you can work the fuel filter out of the bracket. And the mounting bracket flares open easily. I just do it with my fingers and just kind of push it like this, and then once you get it pushed, flared open enough, you can pull the filter out. So I'll put a link in the description of the video for a replacement fuel filter for you guys in case you guys need to get that. Now we're going to reinstall the new filter.
He's dropping his link, dropping his link.
The rear line back into the fitting, and the flange part goes towards the rear of the vehicle. So once you get that in there, then you can go ahead and start the front line. So once you get both lines started, you can go ahead and tighten up the front and back fuel line.
Seems pretty straightforward.
14 millimeter
accessing it looks
backed it up with
what's difficult.
And tighten them up until they're snug, and then maybe like a quarter turn more to fully seat them and make sure they're tight. It doesn't take a lot of pressure to tighten those up. Then after that, I use a pair of pliers and squeeze the clamp back together and started the 8 millimeter bolt back into the clamp and tighten it up. Now that both front and rear lines.
Okay, so it looks like it could be, we could change the fuel filter as well.
Make sure there's no leaks. And that'll complete the job of replacing the fuel filter on a 2000 through 2009 Toyota Tundra with the 4.7 liter engine. I'm Brian Nissa from How To Automotive. I'd like to
thank you, Brian. Okay, so let's look at what fuel filter he linked. See if we can find this at Advanced. I might just ask them there. Something tells me that the fuel filter could be an issue too. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see if they're in stock anywhere. Let's see what it says. O2. What auto parts shop do y'all shop at? Do y'all go to Vance or AutoZone? Do y'all have anybody you recommend? We have them all here, but just never don't have a go-to. Okay. My question is, why does it have a 1-star review? Somebody dropped theirs or something. It's not nothing too crazy. But this is it, right? Yeah. The question is, what are these gaskets and everything for? Do I need to change those? You didn't mention those. Free to ship. How do I tell if it's in stock, man? Come on. Like, I don't need you to tell me that you could ship it here by 3 p.m. I need to know I can go pick it up right now. It says in stock. Oh, that's in Colonial. See if I know where this is. RAF, bro. Not convenient. Okay, so let's check advanced auto parts. What's everybody up to today? Anybody got anything going on? I'm just out here trying to figure this thing out, man. If I do change a sensor, make sure to get OEM. Yeah, I'm gonna try and stick to OEM parts as best as possible when it comes to any replacement stuff, because like I said, I plan on trying to keep the truck a long time, so if I could get back to like OEM parts, that'd be ideal. I just can't tell. Let me see. 2002 Tundra. .7. Okay. Or pickup. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get my bearings right so I know where. Can I not check the stock, man? I just want to check the stock levels. Just tell me if you got it, bro. Three. Let's see if we can find. Okay, I chose it as my store. Okay, so let's just see if it has it now. Inline. Okay. It says it's ready in 30 minutes. So we might write this one down. Or it says this one will work in it. Jeeper says he was working on his dad's H3 Hummer. Long story short, almost everything took to a shop 2700 and they still couldn't figure it out. We got an OEM MAF sensor and that was the problem. Yeah. That's on, like, bro, I spent such a fortune on mechanics this like year, getting the Explorer running, getting the van put in my name, trying to get this truck running, trying to keep my girl's car running. So we've kind of like reached our limit financially on spending stuff at the mechanic. So like me sitting here troubleshooting this is because I'm basically in that same scenario. I've taken my cars to the mechanic for 5 different things and there's always something else that doesn't get addressed. So I'm hoping that I can just slowly address all the issues here at the house with troubleshooting with y'all and figuring things out so that we can save money by not having to take it up to the mechanic. So definitely going to try and get OEM parts if we can. But I'm going to try with the cleaners today and cleaning those things and maybe this fuel filter today. But anything that I need to order, like maybe if I think the sensor's bad or something, I think I'll go ahead and make sure that we get OEM parts for that. Not worry about trying to cheap out or buy aftermarket and it not work right or whatever. This inline fuel filter says that it would work for my Tundra. So this might be something that I end up buying. I mean, 1 second, my old lady's calling me here. Okay, nice. Oh, no way. Crazy. When you get here, could we pick up lunch and go? Okay. I'm just on the chat with the boys trying to figure out what it could be. Yeah, basically I think we're gonna try and clean those two the sensor and the throttle body and see if cleaning that will help it work. And if not, maybe change the fuel filter. And then if not those things, then we'll go from there. But I think I could at least try those 2 or 3 things today, and I'll definitely eliminate a lot of the questions of what it could be. So that's the current game plan, and I can get 2 of the things at Walmart, and then the fuel filter I could get at Advanced Auto Parts right by Double O's. So we'll try those things today and see what happens. I tried starting it earlier for the chat, and I mean it turned on and it like wanted to idle for like 5 seconds or so, 5 or 6 seconds, longer than it was yesterday, you know. So I was thinking they were thinking maybe add the seafoam fuel injector cleaner, like the other stuff that the mechanic had also recommended, and more gas, you know, more new clean gas, and then trying it too, you know, because maybe we can just get her all cleaned out. She's all dusted up and gunked up. That's where I'm at. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I've had so far. Well, if you want to swing and grab lunch on the way, either way, doesn't matter. Yep. And what do we want for eat, chat? What do we want for eat? I'm not picky. It's we could do whatever. If you have anything. Yeah, if they tell me a good idea, I'll text it to you. Okay. If you need me, just pop in the chat. All right. All right, love you. Bye. Drive safe. Bye. Okay, boys. The old lady is on the way home, so that is good news because she has the only vehicle that works in this household right now. So we need the car to go up to Walmart and be able to buy our sprays, the airflow cleaner and the sensor cleaner. So those are the 2 things that we are going to pick up at the store. And then I might actually go get this fuel filter and just see. I don't know if I'll change it yet, but that's a possibility. I think we'll clean the sensor and clean the throttle body, start the engine, see if that works. If it doesn't work, possibly add more fuel injector cleaner, seafoam this time, and then also possibly change the inline fuel filter. If we change all of those things and it works, thank God, and we're happy and we're back on the road. If it doesn't, I'm sure I'll be back here with y'all trying to figure it out, troubleshoot, and keep going from there. Because I might try the injectors myself if I have to, but I'm not 100% sure how to do that yet, and I'll definitely want to watch a couple videos before I attempt to do any fuel injector replacements or anything like that. But sea foam followed by a full tank of good gas, that's what I want to try. So let me write that down as well. Sea foam, and then also inline fuel filter. And we need a 19 millimeter and a 10 millimeter socket or range. And then what was the part for the fuel filter? Do we remember? Do I have it pulled up? Too many tabs now. This is what's wrong with my brain too. Okay, here we go. This one says CarQuest, but we'll just see what pops up when they type in our Tundra. 14 by 1.5. And it says it'll fit. Why do we have 2-star or a 1-star review again? Let's read it. It leaks. Oh no. Everybody says it leaks. This thing leaks like a screen door, just junk. Bottom line, I would not recommend to a friend. Well, crap. We might end up saving the fuel filter for a different day. Because I want to do my research on buying the right one. I see advanced. Let's check AutoZone real quick. And see if see what they got. See what they got. Oh, come on. I think they got 450 locations in Florida, bro. That's crazy. Why do they gotta be so... Why they gotta be so complicated? Like, can't you just give me a parts website, man? Am I on the wrong thing? Am I that stupid? I just click. Like, why wouldn't you have it to where I could look up your parts? Am I tripping? Like, do I have to type in parts? Wow. Wait, but this is... No, I'm trying to look up AutoZone, bro. Advanced Auto Parts. So AutoZone just doesn't have a website or what? Like, you can't look at their products? Come on, guys. Come on, boys. That's ridiculous. All right. Let's see. Look, I see seafoam right there, man. I see it right there, bro. What the heck? So now, I'm not. No questions. No questions. No questions. Okay. So they have two. Now the question is, how good is this one? Because this one looks like it's roughly the same as the other one. Pop, could you tell me the reviews? Pop, what are the reviews? Put this on my truck, leaked terribly, tried it a couple times, and put it on my old fuel filter. It was fine. Something wrong with the thread count on this one. Everybody has the same thing. This one fits perfectly. Gas fits. O'Reilly or Napa is what you choose. Yeah, we have O'Reilly. I had to go to O'Reilly yesterday, honestly. Might end up there again today. Give me a second, boys. I gotta take a piss, but I'm gonna play this video real quick so we can watch one more time how to do this fuel filter.
Jack up the driver's side.
I'll be right back, boys.
So on the driver's side of the vehicle, just on the inside of the frame here is where the fuel filter is going to be located here. So if you look over towards the transfer case, is just to the left of the transfer case if it's four-wheel drive. So I'm going to use a 14 millimeter line wrench, and then I'm going to back it up with a 19 millimeter wrench. There's a little spot on the filter where you put the wrenches. So I'm going to crack the line free with the line wrench, and then once I got it cracked free, what I do is I switch back over to an open-end wrench like this. It's a lot faster to loosen up the lines once you got it cracked free and work it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off the fitting here on the back. You will also lose a little bit of gas in this process, so you want to have a bucket ready to catch the fuel that's dripping out. So once you get the back one done, you're going to do the exact same thing for the line that goes into the front of the filter. Now we need to remove the 8 millimeter bolt that goes in right here on the bracket. So once you get this 8 millimeter bolt loose, you can flare the bracket open a little bit, and then we need to pop the lines off so we can get the filter out. So I'm going to take the line that goes on the front of the filter out first here. And so what I'm going to do is these little, if you look, there's little plastic tabs that mount the hoses in. So you take a little flat blade screwdriver and you'll put it in there, and you'll just kind of push the little tabs in or twist them like that, and that'll flare them open enough so you can pop the line out. On this particular case, a couple of them has already been broken in previous go-arounds. So once you get the fuel lines popped out of the little plastic,
all right, we're back.
Here,
I had to take a piss there. Sorry about that.
Back and out of the filter. Then you can push the filter towards the front of the vehicle.
Only problem I'm gonna have with doing the fuel filter part is I don't have like an inline, or I don't have I have a jack that I just bought, but I don't have like floor jack that'll just hold it up like.
Flares open easily. I just do it with my fingers and just kind of push it.
But my truck has a little bit of a lift on it where I might be able to just lay on the ground and do it, to be honest.
I'll put a link in the description of the video for a replacement fuel filter for you guys in case you guys need to get that. Now we're going to reinstall the new filter back into.
But it looks like you're just
stab the rear line back into the fitting, and the flange part goes towards the rear of the vehicle. So once you get that in there, then you can go ahead and start the front line. So once you get both lines started,
my mom just asked, so what'd you figure out about your truck?
Front and back fuel line.
So well, we got it running, but it only runs at full speed.
Back to 19 again, and tighten them up until they're snug, and then maybe like a quarter turn more to fully seat them and make sure they're tight. It doesn't take a lot of pressure to tighten those up. Then after that, I use a pair of pliers.
And my question is, I wonder if mine has this clamp as well.
8 millimeter bolt back into the clamp and tighten it up. Now that both front and rear lines are secure, I go ahead and start the vehicle, and I'll double check to make sure there's no leaks. And that'll complete the job of replacing the fuel filter on a 2000 through 2009 Toyota Tundra with the 4.7 liter engine. I'm Brian Nissa from How To Automotive. I'd like to thank you guys for watching my videos. Encourage you to subscribe. Invite you to head over to the howtoautomotive.com website for more valuable videos like this, and also to remind you that I will link up all the parts and tools that I use in this video in the description. Thank you again for watching.
This is Wix Studio, built to meet any brief. When the brief calls for complex structure, let AI map your site architecture in wireframes. Then dive into your favorite part, the design. Wix Studio, built for the way you create.
This summer, the Zestfree Kiwi brothers are back on their great taste mission.
Who said that?
Sweet move, mate.
Not my juiciest moment.
Now spooning everywhere.
Okay. I had to catch my mom up on what was going on. I'm supposed to meet her for lunch tomorrow, so she was wondering what I was doing with the I was gonna be able to still meet up with her or not. I try and meet up with her. Okay. So, trying to make sure I can see y'all in the chat. All right, boys. Now let's move on to some fun stuff. We've kind of cycled through the game plan for today. We know what we need to do. I could watch a video or two on like cleaning the throttle body a little bit better, but we're gonna go run and do those things once my old lady's home. So I'm gonna chill out the rest of this little live right here and just I'm gonna looking up some rims and tires for the truck, to be honest. Yesterday. So I might continue to do that today. But basically we have our game plan for what we want to try today. And hopefully with those few fixes, I'll go live doing that stuff later today as well. So just check back on my channel later today if you want to see me actually try and work on a few of those things. But I'm hoping with doing those two things, we'll solve our problems. That is where we are at. With that being said, I was looking at some tires for some. Let's just look up first gen Tundra. See what they got for some aftermarket stuff. See, I need to get a new. My headlights are a little dull. These are all fogged up, which I know you can clean. I haven't figured it. I haven't tried it yet, but my tail lights. This one is on the left side. You can tell my dad like taped it up or something. Is taping it to hold it in or something. So I want to figure out why. And I might need to just get some new tail lights. But this is all just plug and play, yeah. Like the tail light stuff, I'm pretty sure is just screws and plugs. See if I can get that scan tool. Yeah, how much is one of those tools? What are they called? Car scanner? Is that what they're called? Oh. Bum 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 bum. So they're like $100 and something. Yeah, I might see if I can use my neighbors. I don't need that one, but I was just looking at it. That's kind of like the one that my mechanic was using the other day. Okay, so what's the first aftermarket thing we should do with the truck? I'm kind of trying to put some better tires. It needs new tires, so I was thinking about putting better tires and rims on it. I was also thinking about like a toolbox or something in the back. I kind of like this look where they delete the front bumper. I just don't, there's not enough off-roading stuff to do out here in Florida. Like I could do like mudding and dirt stuff, but there's not like rocks and mountains and hills to climb. I just really want a new back bumper. The front bumper is fine, but the back is a little janky. I kind of like this look for the truck as well, with the little rooftop rack. I was looking at these racks the other day, and you have to drill into the thing, and I'm not really trying to drill any holes into anything. Yeah, I thought it'd be cool to get a rack and then put like the spare tire on the roof or something, you know? Or I wanted some sort of like bed spare like this where you can display, like the spare right now sits underneath the trailer or the truck. I thought it'd be kind of cool to have it displayed or whatever. It's all cosmetic stuff though. This ain't nothing that we have to do. Just playing around. My girl doesn't want me to put too many miles on the truck at all, so I had to figure out what exactly we want to do with it, you know? Like I plan on keeping it a long time, but what I'm gonna drive it around and stuff. Might just make it my weekend vehicle. I have that van as well, the 2011 E250. I could tow the trailer with that, let Lauren have the Explorer, and then we just keep the truck as like our backup. But I like the truck and I want to drive it. What the heck is this? You're pressure washing your driveway? Hey, it's all good, man. We're just chilling now, just looking at aftermarket parts for the Tundra. Later today I was gonna go live again on my phone and actually do the cleaning and the sensor cleaning and the throttle body cleaning and stuff like that. But for right now, I'm just looking at overland stuff for the truck. I'm not too sure what we want to do with the truck. We definitely want to keep it long term, so I'm not trying to put too many like just rough miles on it, but I was thinking about making it like a weekend excursion vehicle, kind of overlandy. Like I was saying, there's not too many, like there's mud stuff to do in Florida, but there's not too many rocks and hills to climb. But a little overlanding would be fun. Ugh. Yeah, it's hard to let go of a like I have the 2011 like Econo, it's a E250. I'll show y'all what it looks like. Y'all know what it looks like, but the van is worth more than like it is trade-in wise, you know, like value wise, because it works and it runs, even though it's in like not the most mint condition. Like it's a working van, you know what I'm saying? And it works. It looks like this basically with a roof rack. So it's like I don't want to trade this in either for like 2 G's, you know, when it's worth way more to that, way more than that to me as a working vehicle. So that's kind of where I'm at with the van. I don't know whether to trade it in or just sit. Oh, use it as my truck. Like trade in, use it as a trade in for getting a truck. Or if I should just hold on to this, maybe get it wrapped. I was thinking about turning it into like the toolbox for the pressure washing business, basically. Like put all the fittings and any extra tools and stuff in here. And then pull the trailer with this and not the Explorer. And then not put too many harsh miles on the Tundra. Let Lauren drive the Explorer. That's one of our thought processes right now, or at least mine. Oh, no way. You're in Fort Myers and you take trips to Georgia to camp? Yeah, see, we're trying to get more into the camping. I'm more of a... I don't mind camping. I don't like when it gets too hot. Well, like... I don't know. I've only camped a few times as a kid. I do like it. We have a dog. So, like, the rooftop tents... we kind of were iffy about, because they sell like first gen Tundra rooftop. They sell the rooftop tents, but how do you get a dog up here, you know? Like with Roscoe, he's 70 pounds, 75 pounds. So like I would have to put him under my arm and walk up this. Yeah, mud. There's a lot of there's this place in Florida called here, I could show y'all on YouTube probably. Ogwaller. It's like this like mudding place in Florida. People go nutty here though. It's basically a redneck playground. Yeah, it's just mudding for days. And basically guys have like little campgrounds out here. Bring all your side-by-sides, your RVs and all that. And they just go crazy. Crazy for the weekend. This is what a lot of people do here on the weekends. My mom and them, they have an airboat, so they like to take the airboat out, but Lauren and I want a boat and a camper and a jet ski. We want everything, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, these boys be getting deep. Them boys be getting deep. Yeah, these things go crazy with these events. This one doesn't really show it, but they have like competitions and stuff. I've never been to one, to be honest, but they're huge up here in Florida. Or down here, I guess. Oh. There's another one called River Ranch here in Florida, where you can like buy property. You can buy like little lots within the property. But the River Ranch is like 11,000 acres of just like Florida swampland, where you can just like explore. But 11,000 acres is insane. But it's like a community buy-in thing where you're just buying like a little, you're buying access and you're buying like a little plot. But you don't, like, you just have access. You don't actually, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how it works with like actual owning the rights to the land. I think you're basically like leasing sections. But it looks so fun. Like, look at this. I know your Jeep would kill it out here, Jeepers. I was thinking I could do stuff like similar to this with the truck. I'm not trying to go deep with it, but I'd love to drive it off-road. That's what I'd love to do. Yeah, side by side or something like this, I'd like. But one step at a time, boys. You got to get the truck first. Got to get this truck fixed. And I'll show you all what truck I was looking at buying. If it's still for sale. Oh, man. This is a truck I'm looking at, boys. Y'all let me know. It's a 2019 Ram 3500 for $49,900. It's got 52K miles on it. 4-wheel drive. Only thing I'm not a huge fan of, which call me picky, is it doesn't have leather seats. Got cloth seats, which is fine. But it's like the mega cab, so it's got that extra big back. Extra big back, you know? Looks like this. But I've never owned a Ram before. My family's always driven Ford, so anybody got any opinions on Rams? Or Dodge in general? What I should look out for? This truck was 68.5 when it came out. It's okay if it doesn't have leather seats, get cat skin. You have to look into that. Because like leather seats aren't gonna make or break the deal for me, but I do like leather seats. I'm coming from leather seats in the Explorer. That's why I like them so much, I think. I also wish, like, you've seen the new Rams have like the big center console screen. Like something like that. I would like, it's just a preference thing too. It'd be cool. The new Ram, the 2500 or the 2025s, they have a screen right here now. In the glove box, this is a screen. You can watch like YouTube and Netflix and stuff. Not that that really matters, but still. What I don't want to do is sacrifice on the luxuries that I already have in my vehicle to get a truck. So like ideally my truck is going to have some of the luxuries that my Explorer has, such as the leather seats or the bigger infotainment system. I don't like the trucks with the tiny backup cameras, like the tiny screens. This screen is fine, but some like the Ford F-250s, like the XLs, like the screen is like tiny. Yeah, Lauren and I have been talking about getting a camper and possibly a boat. Not anytime soon, but I want to make sure that whatever truck I get can pull it. So we're looking at 2500s and 3500s, or like the F-250s and the 350s basically. But I'm leaning more towards a 350, 3500. Just so that I'm like more than capable with whatever we go with next toy wise. And I'm not like struggling. And also if I were to upgrade the pressure washing business, I definitely would want a larger tank and system. And right now I'm at the limits of the Explorer with what I've got. So if I were to ever upgrade the pressure washing system, I'd definitely need a bigger truck. But I've never pulled the trailer with the Tundra either, so that's something I'm excited to try and just see how it operates. Rams are nice. The only issue you find with them is the media center is trash. And then the transmissions can give up on you. Yeah, that's what I'm noticing with a lot of the trucks is like they're behind interior wise, like compared to like Ford. Unless you go with like the high trim levels. The higher the trim level, of course, it kind of evens out more. But I've noticed that like a lot of the base model versions of the Rams and especially the Chevys, they're just so, they just look like a work truck inside, you know? And I kind of want it to be nice. You have a 99 Ram 1500? Heck yeah, brother. Yeah, see, if you got a 99 and it still runs, then shoot. I was thinking though, like 50K ain't bad for this truck, right? Like, am I missing something here? Like 50,000 for a Ram 3500 that has a towing capacity of like 12. Got a GVWR of 12,300. The only thing is it's diesel. So that would cost a lot more. Fuel wise. And then upkeep on a diesel engine. I know maintenance is a lot more expensive. My mom and I guess my stepdad technically, they both have they have F350s. So they would definitely hate me for getting a Ram 3500 and not an F350. But my truck, brother, it's my truck. Second gen Rams are the way to go. You love them. What years are the second gen? '94 to 01. Oh, this black one is mean. He's mean. See, my only thing is I already have an old truck, so I gotta get something new. I have my little O2 Tundra, that'll be my little old tinker truck, but I need something that like I want to drive, looks good for the brand, will last me a long time, can pull the trailer, could possibly pull a boat or a camper, and then also is ready for a kid whenever we go to have a kid. So I need a crew cab is basically what I'm saying. I'm not really leaning towards any given brand. I really liked this specific truck because it was a 3500. It was under 50 G's and it was around 50K miles. Basically, I want a truck that's around 50K miles and I want it to be a 250. What do you call that? Like a quarter ton or larger truck? Basically, the 250s are above. So I'm not really sold on Rams. But like the F250s, the Silverado, what are they? The 2500s, like the Chevy 2500s, the Ram 2500s, or any of the 3500s and stuff. The thing is, I think I could get away with a 2500 and be fine. I'm just kind of like wanting bigger truck. Stepdaddy has an F350 and he'll clown me if I get a 250 or a 150. I want to hold my own, brother. When I show up to the family functions, I can't have the smaller truck. Don't you know how our egos work down here? Yeah, I'm not too picky. If I found a good deal on a 250 or a 350, I'd be fine with a Ford as well. And I've been looking at some of the Chevys, but mostly it ends up coming down to the interior specs that I do and don't like when it comes to like the trim models. and then mileage and price. You can get a nice truck for the right price if you wanted to have 250,000 miles on it. That's what I found out. But here, let's look at this is our local dealer, so we'll look at the used inventory. Let's see if Ford. Let's do the 250s. We'll do the 250s and we'll do the 350s. Let's also, this is where it ends up driving us down. We do under 60, let's do under 60K miles. Here we go. Here's a 250 XLT for 49. Yeah, my family all runs Ford and they swear by Ford as well, honestly. Honestly, if I went Dodge, I would get clowned. But they yeah, my mom and her husband have they have F350s and they swear by them. But they also run a construction company, so they need them. I think I could get away with a 250. I'm not really pulling like heavy machinery as much as I am pulling like the pressure washing trailer. But if I ever had to pull a trailer with more water in it, like ideally I want my next tank to be 650 gallons. And some of the jobs I've been getting requested are like you need to bring your own water type jobs. And so being able to haul 650 gallons of water plus the equipment and the hoses and the trailer and all that, like I think I start getting towards that upper limit of the F250s. But that's few and far between, so it's not like I don't have to have the 350. I like the 350s and I want a 350. I can settle for a 250 and probably still operate my daily business no problem. The Explorer is like, it gets by when the tank's empty. If I ever have the tank even halfway full, you definitely can tell it struggles. So I need to move on from that. So I definitely need like, yeah, tow capacity to be able to plan for the future. Basically, I'm not trying to upgrade my pressure washing equipment and then my truck can't pull it or the Explorer can't pull it. So my next move is to get basically how I ended up building my business was I was going to get a truck at the beginning so I could start the pressure washing business. Ended up with the Explorer, and the Explorer was able to pull the trailer that I built. And because of that, I've just been riding with that for now. But now I'm at the point where I need to go ahead and upgrade the truck because my next upgrade trailer wise, the Explorer for sure won't be able to handle. So plan for the future, you know, buy once, cry once is basically it. But we looked at this one, 49. We'll click on that one. I'm trying to stay right around 50 though, and it's so hard to get a truck that's under 50. That's my biggest problem. Like you just can't find them for under 50, especially the bigger trucks. Like here's the 350 Lariat, it's 70 grand. This one's 56. I was thinking about getting it wrapped. If I don't get the vehicle wrapped, I probably want black just to go with the business. But if I got a white truck or something, I'd probably end up getting it wrapped just to be more on brand. My Explorer is white and I never have wrapped it, so I'd like to ride around with branding. It's not too bad inside. Got an aftermarket screen in it. I'm telling you, the stock F-250, some of them come with those baby screens. It's all right. Yeah, the truck prices are getting ridiculous. I was looking at trucks back in 2020, right as the pandemic was hitting, and like, I should have just got a truck back then. It's so much more affordable now. Basically, those trucks now are still holding their value, which is unfortunate. Like, I could have bought that truck and resold it by now and still not have been out much money because of how much used vehicles have gone up. I like to see what the MSRP was originally too. So in 2022, this was a $67,000 truck. Yeah, see, this one has a bigger screen. I like the center consoles too. I'm not a huge fan of the bucket seats in the front. It's not the end of the world, but I do like a more like center console like this area versus like one of the flip up bucket seats. Yeah. One's got my leather, boys. I didn't see how much this one was. This one's pretty nice. Got the main amenities that I look for inside, which are me being picky. Leather seats, center console, not a bucket seat, bigger infotainment system. And then it has to be 4-wheel drive and all that. Interior wise, I'd prefer leather with a big infotainment system. I need 4 cup holders, you know what I'm saying? I have my water and my Starbucks, and then my girl's water and her Starbucks. Don't we know this? This one has a straight up outlet. That's nice. This screen, you don't think it's original? I think these are the new ones, aren't they? This one might not be the new one. The Fords have the new big screens similar to this, but I think you're right. This one does look like it's a little aftermarket. Because they changed the F-250. Let's just look at the Lariat. So we can see what the screens look like now. They changed them to those big, like these. Kind of hard to tell in this photo. It's similar. It's similar to this one. This is a 22. Let me look up F20. See what they look like. Let's get an XL. Let's do a Lariat so we can see the inside. My problem is they're like the mileage, you know. I don't want to buy a truck that's too high miles. Do y'all have a like if you were trying to get a new truck and you were planning on having it long term, like what's the max amount of miles you would buy it? Like I'm trying to keep it like 2019 or newer roughly, and I'm personally trying to keep it around 50K miles on it max. Just so I can get some wear and tear out of it before I need to start fixing stuff. But what's the max amount of mileage you would buy a vehicle at? Yeah, it's not it's not original because I'm looking at this one and this one doesn't look like that. The screen is bigger in this other one that we were looking at, this screen. You can also kind of tell by this chrome trim. I was looking at it and I don't think Ford does like, maybe they do this. I like the big screen though. Yeah, too much computer. Yeah, I know. That's what the mechanic was saying about the older trucks that is so nice is that like they don't have a lot of computer involvement as much as the newer vehicles nowadays, to where like you're saying something faults in the computer and the truck won't run, when it's like a perfectly good truck mechanically, but something like software or internally in the computer system or the chips like faults, and then you got a bricked vehicle that's physically capable but like mentally incapable. That makes sense. So I know all the bells and whistles are two-edged swords, you know. How much was this one we were looking at? Was this the one with the big screen? This one was 56.9. I'm trying to keep it right at 50. One's gas. Okay, this one was 44.9. So about 5K under 50. Cloth seats. It's okay. That's okay. Learning to be okay with that. My thing with the cloth versus the leather is, because I work with bleach, I'm not 100% sure, but I've always had leather seats. I don't know how cloth seats with like bleached clothing will work, or if I have bleach on me and then I rub a cloth seat or something, you know? I just don't know if it's going to bleach the cloth, or if you know what I'm saying? Like I just haven't had to deal with that issue because I've always had leather seats and I've never noticed anything, but I don't know, if I wonder if cloth would have any sort of effect. Because I have spilt a little bleach in the back seat of a car before, and it definitely bleaches the floorboards, I'll tell you that much. I want to know how this trailer backup system works with the little wheel that Ford has right here. I've never gotten to try one of those. I don't really know what it does. Are you supposed to act like that's your steering wheel, or you just, maybe you just turn that which way you want the trailer to go, right? Like, say you would look back there and you're like, okay, I want the trailer to go a little bit more left. So then you turn that left. I don't know. Another thing that would be nice is brake controller, trailer brake controller. My trailer has brakes, but I've just never installed a controller on the Explorer. I should have by now, of course. A lot of stuff I should have done or should do. This is one we couldn't afford, right? This was just one I pulled up to compare the screens. Yeah, 70K. Jesus. How do people afford these? Like, look at this. If we go to Mullinax and we look like, let's just go to the Ford F-250s. And then we search by high to low. Like, can somebody tell me how people are affording like $90,000 trucks? Like, what am I missing here, man? Where's my $90,000 truck budget, bro? Like 90K is just crazy, bro. We have this truck place here in Orlando that they do like lifts and stuff on the trucks, but they always have crazy prices on their vehicles too. Let's see, price high to low. Yeah, like look at this. 118 for this. This is my problem is I end up going window shopping on stuff I can't afford, and then my taste is ruined by the lapse of luxury, and then I'm like, I don't want cloth seats. This is such a bad truck. Yeesh. Yeah, I know exactly. I might as well I either gotta make the back seat a bed, or I gotta put a camper on it so that I can get enough value out of it to make it worth buying. This one has my leather seats. This one has my sunroof. Has my big infotainment. A nice truck. It's $118,000. The other one I was looking at, I kind of like these two-tone trucks with the like black top with the white. I don't know what you call that, just like blacked out top half. I've been starting to see them more and more. I don't think it goes with that tan interior. Next. Okay, here's our 3500, but jacked up on Mountain Dew. This to me is just like the meanest of the dualies, like looking wise. I just like the way they look. We got the sunroof. 6.7 liter. Nice. How much was this one? 89? 89. So we need about 90 G's, boys. Have y'all ever done the auto loan calculators? Let's see how much we need to make right here. Okay, so let's put in our $90,000 truck. Let's do it 72 months at, let's say, 6%. Let's say we're putting down 5. And we're trading in 5. And sales tax, fees. Like, look at this, man. Look at your monthly payment. $1,400. That's not including diesel fuel. That's not including insurance. That's not including any maintenance, wear and tear, oil changes, none of that. Like just monthly to afford it. It's $1,400. Like how many driveways I gotta clean? Basically, if I did 7 driveways a month, it would pay for my truck. But only my truck. So I need y'all's help to figure out how to get 7 more jobs a month so that I can afford this truck. I do like the inside of the Denali's, I'm not gonna lie. Internally, they have a nice, kind of feels like a Cadillac more. Yeah, exactly. They draw you in with the amenities and then they tell you the monthly payment and then you're like, oh crap. And my thing is like they tell you the price, but they don't tell you the out the door price. So like you're looking at 99, like that's no taxes, no dealer fees, none of the other stuff. So make it 109. And then, yeah, it's just, I don't know how people do it, man. I mean, my mom and them do it, but I just don't have the cash flow right now to afford a truck of that nature. One of these days, boys, we'll get to this point and we'll have us a little truck and we'll be like, remember when we were looking at $90,000 trucks and now we live in on with no house and only a truck? Trying to see where my girl's at. When she gets close to home, I'm going to call it on the live because we're going to go eat and then we were going to go get those parts and then I'll be live again later today. Just trying to see where she's at. She's at public. Oh, she's picking up some food right now, probably. Yeah, I just want to do a little bit of aftermarket stuff on the Tundra for now, to be honest. We're going to ride the Explorer and the Tundra as long as we can for now. That's the main game plan. But I have been looking at trucks and trying to like mentally prepare for what the next step is. Because I want to look good for the brand. So I do want a nicer truck. I don't want to just cheap out on a vehicle. Just to get by. So right now I'm getting by. So I'm gonna let this sector of time be my get by time, and then my next big purchase for the business or for us is probably going to be a nicer truck. Just a matter of which one and when. But for now, we'll buy tail lights for the Tundra. Something we could afford. Air intake. I appreciate all y'all stopping by in the chat today, though. I've just been kind of chilling out today, kind of waiting on my girl to get home so we can go do the rest of these things. I can run up to the store and stuff. I didn't feel like walking to the store. Could have walked. I'll just wait till she got home. She wasn't gonna get home till 5, so I was gonna walk, but she got off way early today, so. Yeah, I know. If the prices don't come down, I'm definitely gonna get like I'll get the nice truck and then I'll get what we were just looking at with the truck bed campers. This right here. I'll get the nice truck and then I'll just live in the roof of the truck. Or I'll live in my leather seats in the back. Well, I thought something like this would be cool to do with the truck. Only thing, like I said, is getting Roscoe up in the tent. That's kind of why we were shying away from a rooftop tent and more of like an actual camper. We were looking at. I thought they were called Intake. We were kind of looking at these. I don't know if it'll show me photos inside. Come on. Yeah, a camper or something. Not to live in, but to travel. My girl wants to travel a lot more now that she's going to be home a lot more with the business. We're going to try and hit the road a lot more. So you guys are probably going to see a lot more content that's more like life-based, more than just pressure washing related, because we do want to travel around the country in the next couple of years. So you're going to see us. You'll probably see us get a truck, you'll see us get a camper, and then you'll see us hit the road. That's our current game plan. Hopefully I'll be able to make content on the road and stuff for y'all. So I'm kind of trying to just be more broad with my topics and audience, because I don't want to like hyper focus on pressure washing, because like I do pressure washing to make money, but like I don't plan on being a pressure washer my whole life, you know? So trying to be more trying to be as transparent with y'all as possible so that I could be well-rounded with my content and not feel like I'm pigeonholed by being a pressure washing content creator. It's like, I don't want to get stuck in that niche. I like the niche, don't get me wrong, but I'm more than that is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, they're nice little campers though, these Intex. I like them because they're all aluminum, so I wouldn't have to worry about it rusting as much. Like if you look at how they're built, they use aluminum, so it's not gonna rust, and it's a lot lighter. Ugh. But yeah, they're nice. But see, to get one of these, like I would be struggling to pull it with the Tundra or the Explorer. So I would want a bigger truck. I think we've come through everything I wanted to talk to today, though. Only thing would be picking up one of those one of the check engine readers or whatever. See, I kind of want to start making videos like this for y'all, like where I'm like sitting there talking about a pressure washing product. I know it seems kind of like salesy, but like I just want to be like, this is a ball valve, like this is what it does, this is the brand I use, this is where you can find it discounted, this is why it's important to the pressure washing industry and business. Like for guys that are just starting out and don't really know why they need a ball valve, to be informative for guys that do know what they are on where to get a discounted one, and just kind of like more product reviews when it comes to the pressure washing stuff, because I've like made this brand deal now. I want to start testing and reviewing individual products, pressure washing trailers, or like pressure washers, surface cleaners, products, stuff like that. That way I can have like more in-depth channel when it comes to like questions that people might have when they're starting out. Because right now I can show you how to do a job and how I do a job and what I use, but I want to give people the why behind a lot of stuff. So why do we use a ball valve? Why do we use quick connects? You know, stuff like that, where I'm like able to highlight the product and direct people to a link to where to buy it, but also like be informative and provide value to the audience. So I'm trying to figure out how to merge those two and bridge that gap, to where I'm not like just giving y'all a sales pitch, but that I'm like providing value and why the item is important, you know? And I plan on doing that with stuff that I've used before or stuff that I'm testing. And I plan on, if I'm testing the product and haven't used it, I want to be transparent with my videos and show y'all me testing it and my actual reviews and stuff. So that's our main goal with partnering with Cigar City. So if you guys end up needing any pressure washing products or want to just check out what they have to offer, I think if we do /gold10, I'm gonna post this in the chat just so people have it. But basically, you'll find it on the homepage of my description in my YouTube channel. You'll see where it says Cigar City Soft Wash. If you use code GOLD10 at the end during checkout, you'll get 10% off, and it'll give me a kickback. Otherwise, if you click through on my YouTube channel description, if you go to my channel and you click on the description right here, you'll see like use code GOLD10 for 10% off right there. And then also right below it is the link to Cigar City. So clicking through this link, even if you don't use my code, I'll get some credit for it. But if you make sure to use my code so y'all get a discount and get a kickback. But if you do use the code, then you will be helping me out. So I do appreciate anybody that ends up coming here and buying anything or checking it out. especially if you're going to be doing actual pressure washing, like when it comes to running a business and not just DIY homeowner stuff. Getting away from like just the simple stuff that they offer on Amazon, which I've linked all the stuff I've bought off of here, but there's a lot of stuff that like the actual pressure washing business needs to operate that they just don't sell on Amazon that you will be able to find on here, especially parts and pieces and surface cleaners. Like you're not going to find the Whisper Wash surface cleaner on Amazon, but you will find it on here. So like these surface cleaner, like you'll find your BE ones here, which I know it's a little more than Amazon, but let's see if we added it to our cart and then we used our code and then we got free shipping. Like I think you're still going to be spending a little bit more, but you would be helping out the channel. I just want to check that. I'm just trying to compare the price. It's hard to compete with Amazon though, you know what I'm saying, y'all? Like if you buy it through their website, it's about the same price. If you bought it on Amazon, it looks like it is a little bit cheaper. But either way, y'all will be supporting me. I get a little bit more of a kickback if y'all support me through Cigar City versus Amazon. Amazon commission rate is like 3%. So you can see it right here at the top. So it's just Amazon is like bare minimum when it comes to kickbacks, which is fine. And if you guys shop on Amazon, go for it, you know. But make sure to try and use my codes and my links. That definitely helps the channel. Our least profitable revenue stream on YouTube is our YouTube watch ads. And that's basically all we make money on right now. So I'm trying to branch out more with the channel and do more branding and brand deals and merch and stuff that we offer basically. So that's where we're at. And hopefully y'all will find some value in that. And we will pick back up and go live later on today once I've eaten and we've picked up the parts and pieces that we need. And we have the camera set up out front. And we'll try and clean the throttle body and we'll try and clean the MAF sensor. And then possibly look at the fuel filter. I'm not sure on that one yet. I might save that one for another day. But we'll try those two things and hopefully the truck will be running by the end of that. So that's where we're at today. I appreciate anybody that stopped by. I see that Jeepers was in here the whole time. A couple other of you, Stranger popped in. A couple of you popped in throughout it. And I really appreciate you stopping by. Bye, guys. I know that Only Games was in here. Mr. Bombastic was in here. But yeah, if y'all want to see what ends up happening, catch me on the live later. If not, it'll end up being a VOD at some point, and you'll be able to watch it there. But I hope everybody has a good day. Hopefully everybody has a good weekend. I'm going to eat some lunch now. My girl's almost home. I've been tracking her location. So she is headed home, and she'll be here pretty soon. So I just want to be done with the live so that I can spend some time with her. We've been live for almost 3 hours today, so that's really good. And we were able to kind of troubleshoot what we think it might be, and we're going to work our way through the steps. And if it's not these two things, we'll be back on the live again and try and figure it out from there once we've tried those things. But appreciate everybody. Hope everybody has a good day and a good weekend. Don't forget code GOLD10 on Cigar City Soft Wash. If you need any pressure washing products, it's 10% off your entire order. Helps me, helps you. It supports the channel. Otherwise, check out the Amazon storefront. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out any of our other content that we might have on our channel. We do have shorts. We have full process pressure washing videos. We have lives where we talk about what's wrong with my truck, where the future of the business is going, how we get clients, all those things. I'm trying to be more well-rounded. So if there's anything I miss or anything that you want me to talk about in a different live or a different video, let me know down in the comments below. But other than that, I will catch y'all on the flip side and take it easy, everybody.